step into the new when you drive a Chevy. It's time for a fresh approach and a new perspective. And find the Chevy that's right for you. Find new experiences, find new roads. Chevrolet.
Hey, welcome back to the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. Certainly glad that you have tuned in. And as always, LiUNA, Laberers Local 663, reminds us to drive safely in work zones. Those folks want to go home to their families as well. Also presented by Great Southern Bank. Great Southern Bank with more than 100 locations in 6 states. Great Southern Bank, understanding what really matters. Member FDIC. We go to our LiUNA Laberers Local 663 Team of the Week here for Week 9. Willard Lady Tigers softball, and head coach AshLeigh Williams is alongside, and 5 seniors. But Coach Williams, thanks for your time today.
Yeah, thanks for having us. Appreciate it.
Coach, 25-11 on the season, a district championship, 10 years to the date almost that the last district championship was won there at Willard. Tell us about the season overall.
Yeah, we had goals at the beginning like every team does, and we have those that we see every day at practice, and every game we strive to meet each of those goals, and turns out that of the ones we set, we met all but one. We had a goal to win conference, and unfortunately came up about a game short there. But other than that, we've met our goals, and so anything else we can do from here is just icing on the cake.
Take us through your district. You had Central there in the first round, and you handled them relatively easily. But your next 2 games were barn burners, a 16-inning game with Ozark, and then a 2-1 win over Nixa. Kind of tell us a little bit about those 2 matchups.
Yeah, districts now is a lot different than districts 10 years ago. We have 18 districts. I know some have 10 teams, and to get through them, it's difficult, and which is why you get awarded a trip straight to quarterfinals. So we were lucky enough to get that 1 seed, which really helped having a kind of easier game that first round, a 1-8 matchup with Central. But what it didn't help with was having kind of a competitive game that got the jitters out. So we were a little nervous that second game with Ozark, committed quite a few defensive errors, but our bats stayed hot. We tried to stay right in there with them, and we're luckily able to come out on top. And then the championship was just a hard-fought game. Pitcher's duel. Both pitchers threw really well, and we were lucky enough to scratch one across and then have a senior come up big that I have here that can tell you about it.
Very good. Now you've won, you're 5 in a row now on the season with Aurora and Morrisville, and then into the district tournament, which you won the 3 there. Now you've got Blue Spring South on Saturday tomorrow. What do you know about Blue Spring South?
We know what everybody else knows. They're a powerhouse, especially the last 4 to 5 years. Their senior class is extremely talented. A lot of D1 athletes that have committed. They can hit for power. They have great pitching. It's just a complete softball team. But I also know that we're a complete softball team. We got good pitching just like they do. We can hit the ball. And so we can give them a competitive game and hopefully stay in it to the end and give ourselves a shot.
You've got 5 seniors there alongside. Where do we start? And tell us a little bit about whoever you want to introduce first.
Yeah, we'll start on the end. I'll move this over. We'll start with Mia DeVault. She's a senior center fielder. She roams the outfield. She's been in that spot since she was a sophomore and does a really good job for us. Yeah, wave Mia. There you go.
Hi, Mia. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I am good. Tell us a little bit about your role on the team and what your responsibilities are.
Well, I just try to kind of lock down what happens in the outfield. Hannah obviously does really well on the mound, so we do what we can in the outfield to have her back.
What, as you come into this season, were there games on your schedule that you were looking particularly forward to playing? Whether it may be a rivalry game or it may be somebody on the other team?
I was looking forward to the Nixa game. I know a few of the girls, and they're always tough competition, but we knew we had a good chance this year. So I was excited for that game.
Being a senior, it has to be exciting to win a district championship. Tell us about you guys have won 68 games in the last 3 years, so you've had a lot of success. But tell us what it was like to win that district championship.
It was definitely very exciting. We were all super excited and glad it finally happened senior year and all worked out.
Very good. Well, Mia, congratulations on the district championship. Next, Coach.
We have Hannah Burks here. She is our senior. She's our pitcher. She'll be on the mound on Saturday against Blue Spring South. She threw the game on Monday against Nixa, and she is a UMKC commit for next year.
All right, Amber. How are you today?
It's Hannah.
Oh, Hannah. I'm sorry. Hannah, how are you today?
I'm good.
Tell us a little bit about what you do to kind of get prepared mentally and physically as you're heading into a game.
I kind of just talk with my pitching coach, Coach Waddy, and just like an approach of, how we're going to attack hitters, and what's the best way to attack hitters. She normally has that plan before games, especially bigger ones, but having her thought process with me makes it a lot easier mentally on the mound as well.
When you're in the circle during a game, I mean, what are you thinking about? Is it location? And it may depend on the hitter and where they are in the lineup or things like that. But what are you most concentrating on, location or maybe a certain pitch?
Honestly, I kind of just go into a mode of trusting Waddy with where Jazz is setting up my catcher, and I kind of just go into a mindset of I'm just going to hit my spot, and if I don't, I'm going to move on to the next pitch. But it's not really a mental thing because if pitching is really mental. So if you kind of think about that a little bit too much, you kind of go into a downward spiral.
Hey, take us back from your standpoint, point of view, the 2-1 win over Nixa. What was that like? What was working really well for you? I know that's the second time you beat him this year, but what was working well for you?
Just location and spin. My changeup decided to show up in that game, which was really beneficial, especially because the first time we played him, it was not there at all. So I think just having that to keep hitters off balance and then just spinning the ball was really working out.
Very good. Well, Hannah, congratulations. And Coach mentioned you've made your college decision. Tell us a little bit about that. What went into that decision?
Really just the place and, Division One softball is really competitive, so I was like really excited for that. I think UMKC's they're kind of rebuilding right now with the new head coach Kiwi Stokes. So I think being able to go into a program and kind of be competitive as a freshman is really going to be exciting for me.
Congratulations on the district win and the Laberers will continue.
Thank you.
Coach, who we have next?
We have Jennifer McKinney, senior. She's our catcher. Second full year coaching at the varsity level and 2 full years with her here, so they've created quite the chemistry.
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Tell us a little bit about your responsibilities, especially defensively, but your roles and responsibilities on the team.
I have to make sure that I know what all the rules are and that the field knows what the play is before it happens. And then another big responsibility is to make sure we get as many calls as we can. But it's not too hard with Hannah pitching. So
tell us a little bit about that relationship with an umpire. Have you been able to develop relationships with umpires and kind of feel them out and know, between innings where you can talk to Hannah about, hey, you're missing here, you're missing there. What's that relationship like between you and the umpire?
To me, it's more business because I figure out early on where their strike zone is, and then I move to where I have a better chance of getting a call, and then I tell Hannah, and then after if she misses a spot, I tell her when at that moment instead of in between innings, so she knows which pitch I'm talking about exactly.
Tell us a little bit about what you do to get mentally and physically prepared for a game?
I try to do the same thing every game because I like a routine, and I just try to focus on the positives of what the game is going to be like, and just feel the atmosphere that I know our town will provide us.
When you have an opportunity or need to go out to the circle and talk to the pitcher, what are those conversations like between you and Hannah?
I just try to calm her down, or or I just like make sure she knows that she's got it, and everything like that.
Very good. Well, hey, congratulations on the district championship, being part of LiUNA Laberers Local 663 Team of the Week.
Thank you.
Coach, and who do we have next?
Senior third baseman Allison Miller. She is responsible for the go-ahead home run against Mesa on Monday. And then that would have been her 16th home run on the year. So she's got herself a good senior season.
Allison, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. All right, take us through that kind of a pitch by pitch, and through that at bat, and what was going through your mind. Did you know that it was gone when you hit it?
Yeah, so I actually didn't expect him to pitch to me that at bat. I didn't expect him to pitch me all game. I figured I'd just get walked, which happened. But yeah, that last at bat, I was just like, if I just see this pitch, just see each pitch that comes, and I saw that one, she kind of threw it inside middle pitch. And so yeah, when I hit it, I knew off the bat that it was out, but I didn't know if it was fair.
All right, were you trying to blow it fair?
I was running really fast.
Tell us a little bit about, what you do to kind of get prepared for a game.
For me, I get really focused before games. Some of my teammates might say I get an RBF. And I don't make as many jokes before games, but mostly for me, it's just telling myself I can, and it's not the end of the world if I make a mistake and things like that.
When that last out was made, what went through your mind? You're a district champion. What are you thinking? And maybe who was the first person you got to?
It was relief. We had worked for that for a really long time. So I was just thankful. I was like, just 3 outs, and then we got that last out, and it was crazy. And the first person I went to actually was Reese. We've been best friends, and we're the duo on the left side, so it was exciting to share that with her.
Well, Allison, hey, congratulations on the district championship.
Thank you.
You bet. And Coach, who do we have next?
This is our last senior, senior shortstop Reese Anderson. She was second team All-State last season. She's had herself a heck of a senior year. She's our leadoff batter, kind of sets the table for us and holds us down defensively on the left side. Reese,
how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Tell us a little bit about. Let's talk about the leadoff. You're the first batter. Coach mentioned you set the table. What are your goals there, especially the first at bat of a game? Are you trying to see as many pitches as you can? What kind of goes through your mind in that leadoff spot to lead off a game?
Yeah, so one of my main roles as the leadoff is to figure out the umpire strike zone, see where the pitcher's throwing, if he's calling it, and then my main personal goal is to get on base any way I can. So whether that's a walk, if I pitch, base hit, that's my goal.
Now, being in the middle of the infield, there, on the left side at shortstop, is there a lot of communication that goes on between you and the second baseman or pitcher, or what? What's that communication like?
Yeah, so every pitch we try to communicate, whether it's like a bunt situation or if speeds on first, we try to talk about what could happen there, situation where we make a play. So we talk second base, third, into our outfield, and just prepared for the pitch.
So between now and tomorrow at noon, what are you going to do to kind of get prepared for this game with Blue Springs here in the quarterfinals?
I'm just going to focus on what I can control my mindset, try to stay calm. We obviously had a good group of girls, so
get everyone excited for the game and do the best we can.
We say congratulations and thanks for being part of the show today. Today, right now, and tomorrow at noon. How are you getting prepared?
Sorry, I missed that first part.
I said, how are you getting prepared for that game tomorrow at noon?
Oh man. Myself and my assistants, Coach Bowling, Coach Waddy, we've kind of been constant communication, watching a lot of games online, trying to get these girls prepared at practice, but also trying to keep them calm and not put too much pressure on them. Just all the things that go into everyday coaching, plus some, and having to deal with the extra stuff like radio stuff. And it's fun. The community's excited. It's school's buzzing. It's just something that's neat that doesn't happen too often. So just trying to get everybody focused and ready for tomorrow.
Outstanding. Well, Coach, again, thank you so much for helping set this up, and congratulations on a district championship, a district title. And you guys, it's been a long time in coming, but you could see it. As I look at your schedule and your records every year, you just continue to get better and better and better. And congratulations, and thanks for being part of the show today.
Thank you. Appreciate having me.
Yeah. You're watching the Missouri Sports Network at MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. And as always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol reminds us to take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. Be safe, be smart, and be here tomorrow.